I want to quickly also show the boss survival extreme run here. So let me pull that over. So if you go, as I said, go to Metal Gear Solid 2 Substance Category Extensions, go to Levels, and there's Boss Survival Extreme specifically, right? And Boss Survival Extreme is basically a great study case for Tengu 1 glitchless. So let's check that out quickly. This run has been done by D-Limes13, of course. Like the only one who really bothered to do that. And yeah. I don't even know why, but for some reason he plays on a very low resolution. It's not the video. It's literally the game running at a very low resolution. And they have no remorse. Everything's normal, all clear. Wow, does that influence the scene with the websites? Sorry, you lost me. What do you mean scene with the websites? Sorry, not quite sure. I've been with the unit since I was... Why does he play on such a low resolution? That's weird. Unit is my life. Also, I didn't check, but did he get a left side Olga loop? Or what is this? No, he got a right side. All right. So the cool thing with Boss Survival is you can actually skip the little cutscene that you get from her. I've been with the unit since I was... So you can just continue on as normal. The unit is my life. And quickly deciding on where she's going next, right? So this spot that we look at, or this spot, depending on where she goes. And if she pops, like if she goes left and pops out again, you can just stay on this corner. It's super useful for us. Alright, guard rush on extreme, you gotta go back, of course. The cool thing is, of course, right there, because it's extreme, he still plays it like an actually extreme big boss round, so non-lethal method. Could go lethal, which changes a little bit the timing, because on non-lethal, the guards, you know, despawn slower rather than on lethal. And so, timing's a little bit different, but doing what you're used to if you're using big boss strats anyway, non-lethal, that's fine. And yeah, fun fact, the fun free guards, even in regular runs, if you don't go for big boss run, the fun free guards don't count. Unless you play, again, Sons of Liberty US. Then you want to shoot the first guard with the M9, and the second and third guard only with the SOCOM. However, you deload this level, go to the next one, and they don't despawn, which actually makes them count towards the statistic. So you can kill these last 3, or the last 2 in Sol US, and still get big boss rank if you kill them. When you throw down people from the high floor of the aft deck, it shows it on the website after the president, if I remember correctly. So I wonder if that might trigger... Ah, I see. Yeah. Good question. I don't know. Good question. Alright, this is Fatman Extreme. It's slightly different to what we normally do, because he grabs some resources first, then goes to defuse the bomb. And it didn't even defuse fully. That's neat. And he actually goes around and collects resources first, so ammo for his guns. He's still up there waiting for us. And then normally, there you go. After that, we're gonna go, he reloads, we're gonna shoot him in the foot, so have him actually fall over. We run up after this line that we stay on the floor and then spray the bomb basically over Fatman. Quickly survive, give him another headshot, and then we can do stuff like this, where we turn around and shoot him once again in his roller skates that will have him fall over again. That's basically standard strat for extreme, but here in boss survival extreme, because we have resources only very limited, that's why we grab them first, which makes a lot of sense. Of course, our life is not so limited. In boss survival, our life only lasts for long as it does, and unless we get new rations. So you want to play as, you know, damageless as possible. Ideally to survive until the end. And honestly, that is not a bad Fatman fight. Not at all. He gets all the double headshots, which is very good. He's just one more headshot away. Ooh, there you go, just waiting for that. Gonna get extra ammo, that's why he waited here. And if he quickly has him fall over and then give a headshot, this one bomb that he planted doesn't even matter anymore. And he even decides to go for even more ammo for later. Interesting. I assume this is for another boss fight later then. Alright, there we go. That ends the fight. 26 shot, 25 shots. All right. Moving on over here, that's the Harrier standard. We're gonna use this, of course, with the Stinger. It's literally the same as a regular Harrier fight. If you're a guy, is called Platonic guy, you go for something crazy where you go for 6+1. There's a lot of damage on easy difficulty, but on extreme, I would always do it like that, like a regular extreme one, basically. Focus on not shooting the rating on accident. And there you go. Boss survival is cool because of limited resources you need to pick up for later. It almost seems like a roguelike thing. On MGS2 it's just harder modes, it's not a continuous thing. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Makes sense. Boss survival is definitely great as a thing. Unfortunately, they didn't include extreme regular, but maybe they thought, it's too hard. We don't want to have the players focus too much on it. Yep, pop-up shot, which gives you iframes. Very easily done. Shoot 2 more times after him before he goes to Stinger phase. A 3rd time, ideally. And then he's just 4 more shots away to be done. So we go like this, 1, 2, then pop-up shots again until he's done with his missile barrage. Super easy method to just have no damage and survive here, which I would recommend everyone, even casuals, of course. Use the pop-out shots. Oh, and oh my god, Snake messed up the fight here. Snake gives support fire and actually messes it up because the Harrier popped down and we didn't hit him with the Stinger, so that's unfortunate. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, he's just gonna grab all the resources here and gonna use the regular non-lethal method of fighting Vamp, because we don't have enough Stinger ammo here to actually kill him. So we're gonna have him here, we're gonna wait, and then pop out as he does a slash, and we're gonna give him a few punches. And I just recently learned how that works. So you're gonna go around 1, 2, and you need to, at the end, before, like, as he finishes this, as he's about to stand up again, you need to be inside him, because that will have him actually re-trigger this animation where he does the slash. If you're too far away from him, or just slightly too far away from him, he will go into the water. But for the entire time, while you're there inside of him, he will always do a slash. You simply walk away from him, and then give him, like, 3 double punches. Like that. Da, 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 da. You end up inside of him. And that's how you do this relatively simple non-lethal loop. I definitely needed to practice this a little bit just to have it in case I don't want to go for the Stinger method, right? But yeah. That's the basic gist of it. Double punch, wait inside of him. And ideally at the end you just give it a kick. Oh no, he messed up here. Unfortunate. Of course, he can shoot the water to get his oxygen to deplete. He's just 1 damage away. Oh, that's so unfortunate. It's just about to be done. It's super done modded a few times. Yeah, it's absolutely great. If you struggle on extreme, I think this is a great beginner's method as well. Because the rules are very clear, and if you know when to go away, then you know, like, yeah, it's fine. Even if you just do a single double punch and loop it over and over again, it's still easier. And here we see on Extreme Tango 1. Tango 1 is actually not featured in Sons of Liberty boss survival. And it's very remarkable what he does here. He just tranquilizes them because he can stand there in the corner and not take damage. That's the key part. You don't want to take damage, basically. And for whenever we do glitchless runs on Extreme, European Extreme, of course, where we don't have that door skip at the end. These are like the notes I would give new people. You know, utilize the stuns, utilize the ammo that you have there, and then try to get rid of them as much as you can. You still want to walk up all the way to the end, of course, and there at the end you want to utilize coolant spray for the people that are coming close with the swords. That makes it way easier, of course, to shoot them quickly, no matter which method you choose. So he uses the M9 here. If they've been sprayed with the coolant spray like that, just easily to loop them. Have them in position and then just give it a headshot with the M9, for example. Yeah, first time Extreme I did like this. That's absolutely smart method. You can see even like speedrunners, if they do glitches like that, they would struggle with that, so. Very key to stay in your corners as much as you can, you know, expect pop-out shots like that. There we go. First person leading, for example, also very strong. If you holding L1 and then with the shoulder buttons R2 and L2 lean out. Very simple then to quickly save some time here. And yeah, moving on after that to the third stage at the end. And I think this is basically what takes the longest time next to a race. Like this fight alone is probably the biggest chunk, which we'll check of course at the end. But yeah. Utilizing, you know, standing on the tippy toes while holding first person and both shoulder buttons. Also very smart. Just letting go and you immediately pop down, find cover. A very safe method to go through this. Alright. More stunts. For when they pop down. Sure. At the end then finally using your lethal weapons totally makes sense as well. And what's cool is that, yeah, if you use your menus like that, it does not count towards the actual IGT. My camera's on that. Apologies. But yeah, the actual IGT here is not counting the menu time, which is great. So you can spend as much menu time as you want here on this. Making sure that you always have the right weapons at hand. Totally worth it in boss survival. And there you go. Now it's time, class, to study Extreme Race. As I said, 20 health bars in total that we need to deplete here. Starts with a classic opener, cowboy forward, and then in the knee, in the mouth, middle, right, and left. Doing that 2 times. And then the third round, basically, we shoot the first one in the head, like that, and shoot the right one in the head. So both of them are one-shots, basically. Gonna give them critical shots, one in the knee, which he didn't do. Oh, because he ran out of ammo. Makes sense. Boss survival problems. So you probably need to make sure they have enough stinger ammo. Yeah, you can't do much about that. You're gonna try to delay him here. And for extreme, it's actually key here that you have the race here in a certain, you know, status. So we have number 2, new one coming up here, and number 3. It's going to delay him a little bit, give him a headshot. And you absolutely want to make sure that both of them ideally are one shot only before they even jump on stage. Because what's coming next after that is the Ray number 6, who's then coming in fresh. So both of them are right now one shots. There you go, and you basically just want to focus on the new one here the whole time. I'm going to go here, ideally give him a second shot. If you didn't do it this time, happens. And you basically keep in a loop like that. You know, you give them critical shot. We gotta completely ignore the third one for a little bit. We're gonna make sure that the one on stage is always, you know, basically in its damage cycle. There we go. I'm gonna shoot this one more so he's actually dead once he jumps on stage. And that outside one should normally not jump on stage. Unfortunately, this time happened with the cycles that he does jump on stage. The intended method would be that the one that just died would jump on stage already dead and immediately go away again. Like that's the intended loop version there. That's fine. I mean, you see me do this. If the fight goes out of your control, you can still do this relatively fast. So, like, it's whatever. Plus, like, he's the only person that submitted Extreme Boss Survival on the board, so, you know, he instantly got a world record, which is the only thing he cares about. Not even worth redoing the attempt. Until someone comes along and beats him. Which I don't know who that will be, but we'll see. Once again, an unfortunate shot to the third ray. Yeah, you really want to ideally ignore this one for the longest time and keep the second ray here. The one that's first, close to the stage, at bay. And in a sense, I guess looking fine. He's dead. No, not quite dead. Oh, Jesus Christ. Come on, kill him. Save my nerves. Alright, so we have the one off stage. A little bit damaged. And we're back again to a little bit more control. Devilish Grin. Do it, do it. If you have any ambition to do Boss Survival Extreme, do it. It's okay, I got the other, right? Goddamn. Unfortunate right there. 2 times he shot on the right that he actually didn't want again. And for some reason he shot the lag, but he was already, I guess, far enough in his laser cycle, so he used this, you know, water cannon. Interesting what's happening right now. I'm just using, you know, educated guesses, really. That's basically what you do if you want to have control over the fight. Always focus on the one on stage, so that one does not attack you. And the ones off stage are actually relatively harmless. If they send their rockets off stage towards you, you just walk left or right. Pick any direction and walk to the next stinger box. That's basically what I do. Come on, get the shot. Yeah, if he does like his AK, I want to say his AK version, just walk in a little circle, it's fine. This is the one that I'm in. Just keep walking to the right and you don't get hit at all, like it's fine. Right, the one on stage is done, so we're gonna move on over here. Sense of another rocket barrage, my god, why? And he basically does the same as I do. He just walks on over to the next ammo box because he want to stay on that ammo box all the time. Or be close enough to it. Like there's a certain spot on the ground that's marked by a dot where you are far enough away so the new ray that comes to stage doesn't immediately damage you. Right? But you always want to be close enough to ammo. We're just going to check which one jumps on stage. Sometimes it's not the one with lowest health. In this case it is. And oh yeah, jeez, he went all the way away from me. Actually got him in the mouth for some reason. That's crazy. Right, yeah, and that's the one that jumps on stage. You do a cartwheel. If you're on the cartwheel like that, you don't actually get hit. Very useful. And he's gonna do his worst attack, which I hate. So many attempts died there. Oh my god, he didn't shoot the head. Which is not against D-Limes. Like that's sometimes just the, you know, target system. It's so annoying. I don't blame D-Limes. That's literally the target system that I pointed out at. But it's almost done. After, there we go, DO5. As soon as we see the EO1, we know it's almost done. That's the cool thing about Extreme. So he's like, okay, we made it to EO1. Just gotta survive a few more seconds and we're good. At least that is my thinking whenever I do Extreme runs. Now, amazing detail is how every single race here was correctly labeled on the leg. I didn't know that because I never look at the legs because I'm too busy doing the fight, but that's actually great. That's a great detail. Yeah, last but not least, right in here. Versus Solidus, sorry. It's been right in the whole time. I mean, Solidus is a fun boss. It's basically what you've seen me do in hard, but we're gonna do 3 punches. Ta-ta-ta, ta-ta-ta. So we don't actually knock him over. That keeps in a loop. It's the non-lethal method actually on Extreme and European Extreme is faster rather than the lethal method for the way it works basically. And so yeah, that's the method we use here on Extreme to beat Solidus. We're gonna give him basically 3 punches. Let's go.
What's wrong with you?
And yeah, then we're gonna move to his good side so he blocks our attack. When he blocks our attack, we're gonna move back to his bad side with the eye patch on and just give him 3 more punches. Oh, I can show you. I mean, you see basically what's up here. I'm just gonna quickly go to the end, like great fight, GG, 1646. We're gonna see quickly what the biggest version is. But yeah, you play a snake and boss survive snake extreme, of course. And how that looks like is a lot of fun, I personally think. So we're gonna move back again, yeah. 1, 2, 3. Oh, he just switched to the HF Blade non-lethal version. Let's go. Didn't even bother anymore with the punches, which is fair, I guess. And just one last slash. We're good to go. 1, 2, 3, and that's... Oh my god, almost time. It's just a sliver of life left. Bam. That's Boss Survival Extreme on PC here, done by Hau5test. And yeah, MG Ray is 5 minutes 52. Solidus 247, but not as fast as Tengu's with 258. Of course, the fastest one is Olga with 1621. But yeah, you said, what if you're Snake? I mean, that also exists. You basically go for the, you know, the same bosses, but you do it as Snake. And I'm gonna skip ahead because most of the parts are literally the same. But let me lie here. There we go. If you are Snake versus Solidus, you don't have a sword. And that is stressful. You constantly evade his attacks. You can anticipate where the hell he's coming in. Not at all needed, of course, for regular speedruns. But in boss survival, playing a snake, you don't have a sword. So you're constantly giving like punch, 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 and then just hope to walk around. Now, it's only really stressful for the beginning of the fight, because as we see here, we are basically looping Solidus the entire time. We are far away from him, and then when he does this like 2 Nikita shots, we basically roll through them, because the roll actually gives us a little bit of invincibility through the Nikitas. They don't hit us. So this is basically the loop how it works. Only the beginning, it's like very stressful, because we need to damage him, I think at least 9 punches in total, so he goes to the face. In the beginning, he actually does not do that. The MGS1 liquid strategy of chain punches. Exactly. It's kind of like that. Only that in MGS1, of course, we can actually do an infinite loop, just keeping in with the right rhythm and timing. Which I personally love to do. Like, I honestly like doing infinite liquid. I may just do that after watching this video. Second phase here, almost the same. We're just going to walk away from Solidus and wait. Like, honestly, if there's an opportunity window, we take it. Like that. But yeah, if he does a dash towards us, just walk away a little bit. It's fine. And then he does his few slashes. Or if he does his elbow, even better. Because after his elbow, he's a little bit like... I wish we could see that. But yeah, basically every dash, we just walk away from him and then just turn around again. Let's see that. There's the elbow. So if you have the elbow, that's perfect. Normally with Raiden, we block the elbow, or we do what we do, of course, also here with Snake, where we just walk away. And that's kind of the best thing that he can do in phase 2 here. You know, it's dash, elbow. He slashes with his sword. With Raiden, we can block because we have a sword on own, but with Snake like that in boss survival, no dice. You gotta wait it out. And that's what he basically does here on Extreme. I think you also do this on hard, exactly the same. Which makes, you know, boss survival Snake super intense at the end. And you see here also Tengu's a little bit, I want to say faster. I'm not sure anymore what the Tengu's time was, but yeah, 340 here. MG Ray 533. And then Solidus 159 here. I'm doing so much boss survival. That's great. I love teaching. And yeah, let's quickly go back to regular boss survival. You know, base game here. So we go to levels here. Boss survival, and let's just go PC, Raiden easy, right? Platonic Eye has the record here, and I'm gonna show you Platonic Eye one more thing after that actually. But just the crazy things that he is actually, you know what? I'm gonna actually show you the other thing. So he did a Sons of Liberty run where he used save states, and with these save states, there we go. He achieved a sub 1 minute IGT, which is crazy. So yeah, quick disclaimer here. Use save states for testing. What is like the theoretical limit? So you could technically say this is like a task because you use save states. But in Sons of Liberty, because we don't have Tengus, on Raiden Easy, you can get a sub-minute time if you do everything perfect. And the strategy he uses are crazy. Legitimately. Check this out now. So he aims at a certain spot to give him Olga 2 headshots right away. Next up, a third one, and if it's perfectly done, a fourth one before she even does her cutscene. Now you can understand, if she goes right side, she usually always does a little cutscene. Boss Survivor, you can skip the cutscene, but it will still start playing and then we see it. This is the 4-shot Olga version, which only 2 people have done so far, to my knowledge at least. Platonic Guy that we're currently watching, and Chewable Prozac, who did the find also the Prozac skip in Tanker. 4-shot Olga is the fastest version that you can do. She has to be right side, and you gotta give her 4 headshots in almost frame perfect. I want to say frame perfect timing, so she doesn't play her cutscene, and then the fight's done fastest. That's exactly what you did here. Crazy 4-shot out of the gate here. These 2 people say you can humanly do this. It will still kill like 99% of your runs, but you can get it more often than you think after some time. And I'm like, if you say so, I'm not going to attempt that. I'm going to do regular Olga runs. Fatman, also crazy. Mainly because the shots we're going to do here are insane. So we start off just like on Extreme, go down, immediately freeze the bomb. We're gonna have him fall over with the SOCOM, and we're gonna five headshots as he's on the ground. The timing for that must be impeccable. I have a method where I punch kick him so he falls over. That already gives him a little bit of non-lethal damage, and then I need to only shoot him 4 times. Which also already, you know, you need to time yourself properly. There's a setup. I have a tutorial on my channel for that. But 5 shots, I tried that. Couldn't get it. So 5 shots timing already impeccable. But saves, I think, 4 seconds over my method. Because he first defuse the bomb, take care of him, and then defuse the second bomb. And that is a little bit faster. That's what I mean snapping. Yeah, that is absolutely fantastic with the auto aim, of course, here. Now, Harrier, check this out. 6 shots before he flies over us. Before anything happens, 6 shots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The fight is almost done. We're literally just needing the +1. And yeah, it's very easy difficulty. It's called easy, but it's technically very easy according to full game. But getting these 6 shots is stupidly difficult. Let's watch that one more time because it's so crazy. 6 + 1 and it ends the fight. But to get that timing right, the angle and everything, you gotta be a machine. Let's check that out again here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Fight almost over and just the +1 needed. And that's the Harrier. It's crazy. Yeah, it's boss rush for MGS2. I wish MGS1 had a boss rush. Like MGS1 and MGS3 not having boss rush, huge mistake. At least TTS have boss rush, but you know. Right, take the item. Yeah, Vamp, I mean, it's literally just, you know, leave a method. Stingers to his feet and you're done. Nothing much to explain. Raze, I mean, you gotta know about easy. Raze, you don't even need to shoot them in the knee and the head all that often because they die in 1 critical shot. So, what is the method here? Well, look at that. You immediately shoot the one in the mouth, shoot the next one in the mouth, and you wait for the third one to come down and shoot them in the mouth. No knee shot needed at all. It's crazy fast. And then Solo does, that is the one where nothing crazy is there. It's literally just like, hey, we gotta get lucky. On very easy and easy. No, only on very easy, which is boss survival easy. We have this little loot that we do. So we basically just giving free damages with the sword. And ideally we do them into the wall because that resets our animation. It makes it a little bit faster. After 9 of these slashes, we are done with first phase. He goes over and we need to do that 2 more times, 3 slashes to be done with the fight. And what we want to ideally do is that he does a short dash. Short dash saves us some time versus the long one. Apparently he did the long one, so I'm not sure what's up with that. I was thinking short dash would be faster, but he uses this here, so I don't know. Maybe he didn't get a short dash. In any case, final stage. Here's the cool thing. It doesn't even... MGS3 has boss rush, but only on Subsistence PS2. I didn't know that. I was thinking it wasn't there, but apparently it's only on that one version. Alright, unfortunate. Yeah, crazy, right? Anyway, sorry. Gotta finish this one. So final phase here. As I said, 3 slashers times 2, so 1, 2, 3. You want to have him basically at this wall. I think that's the key item here about this. And there we go. He's just baiting me out for a punch kick instead of another dash, which is what we normally would get away from him and wait for another dash. In this instance, he waited actually out for his kick and then ends the fight like that. And that is how you can get a theoretical sub-minute boss rush survival in Sons of Liberty, because in Sons of Liberty there is no Tengu. Starting then, I want to say starting on Substance they added Tengu. I'm not sure if Sons of Liberty, Pal, and JP don't have Tengu. Not sure. Maybe he has some info here. If Overgrow could go left, which isn't possible on Sons of Liberty NTSCJ, then a Hau5test sector would probably be possible. That's crazy. Harry might have a couple of frames to save as I lost some time prior to the plus game cutscene, despite time my personal best of 1320. Same thing with Sodas, as I have at least 0.05-ish amount of time saved before the mini cutscene. Oh my god. But yeah, that is Platonic, guys. Subscribe to him. Right? Like, legitimately the GOAT in MGS2. It's crazy. On Paradox and Tangos. Alright, so then it's a substance thing when they added Tangos, I see. That was crazy. But yeah, that is a theoretical time with save states of 58:45. You can even get it even a little bit faster. But yeah, the GOAT also did it himself. Boss survival. We gotta quickly actually switch over to Soul. There's a substance board. So whoops, what the hell did I do there? Still not the right category. There you go. So MGS2 Soul again is its own board. MGS2 Soul, MGS2 Sub, and MGS2 HD are their own games. It's left open if Master Collection will be its 4th iteration. But yeah, levels. Let's check it out here. Boss survival. Crazy enough. Crazy enough. Didn't post this 104 even yet. Wait, he did it. Why is it not here? Boss survival. Oh, right. Because this 104 time has been done on emulator. And emulator runs are still hidden per default here in MGS2 Soul. There's a thing with, you know, emulator for certain games. We have, for example, RPC is free allowed for MGS2 HD, but not for MGS3. In MGS3, we have a split category for Xenia, which is the Xbox 360 emulator. And for Sons of Liberty, we don't have emulator banned, but also we're not going to show them on the leaderboard, so they're hidden per default emulator runs. But yeah, there is 1445. The action number 2. It's still been beaten by a 16-year-old run here from Anonymity Hoop. I can sometimes not say that name. A 16-year-old speedrun. 16 years old. 2007, April 16. That is still the world record. I mean, yeah, save states easily beaten, but goes to show how crazy good this Japanese speedrunner is. Immediate headshots. He does skip the cutscene, but that's like the only time we see it over. Wait, the latest P6S2 version can't let you use the DSP pressure sensitivity. Oh, that's unfortunate. But it in general works. Because you can, you know, hook up DSP and everything to make that work. But yeah. Fortune isn't even a boss. I mean, she's not, you know, officially not. The other Force Subsistent only had the dual mode from Hell MGS3. Oh yeah, yeah. Sorry, I was wrong. MGS3 has a boss rush and a certain release. Sorry. My MGS3 knowledge is not as big as MGS2, and even that is relatively small still compared to other people in the community. But still. Anon 16 years ago. You can tell that this is an actual PS2 being run on because it takes forever to load in. But you can even see here, 16 years ago. 2, 3, 4, 5. 16 years ago already they did this method. Crazy. Can you actually choose the character for boss rush? Yes, there are 2 different versions. There's one for Raiden and one for Snake. And they both have different aspects to them.
Ready?
Partially.
Go!
Look at those. He didn't need to do those menus at all that fast. He didn't need to, and he still did. Like, oh my fucking god. Just seeing the menus, like, Anon is a god, honestly. A 2007 god. We have VR levels that have not yet been beaten in VR2. Only barely. There's a few ones where we beat them by like 2 points by now, but still, he is a god at the game in the early 2000s.
Go!
Oh my god. You can also tell the slowdown is strong on PS2 here. But yeah, another 6+1, also being done 16 years ago. Crazy difficult, but Anon did it. Yeah, it is crazy, man.
Ready?
Go! Same method here, of course. with the console slowdown, hitting him constantly is way easier compared to emulator / PC where you don't have that slowdown. But yeah, still insane. Immediately go to Stinger and shoot him. Just be done with it. You win. I wish I had the energy to put that much time into boss survival. I just don't, unfortunately. Another IL ray. Shoot all 3 immediately in the head, which is relatively easy, I guess, with the slowdown. Makes it at least a little bit easier to focus on that. And last but not least, I'm pretty sure there's not much where I lost time here. PAL slows down a bit less with the smoke, right? I wouldn't be able to tell you. What version is PAL? PAL is a region. PAL as a European version. It's not a game version. So there's NTSC, which, you know, is a video format code, you know, which runs at 30 FPS in this instance, or even 60. And then PAL 1 runs at 25/50, right? PAL is only in Europe, NTSC is in both Japan and, you know, the Americas. Yeah, it is different because PAL runs slower. That's basically it. You segment a second instead of into 60 pieces into 50 pieces. And that means you only have 50 updates per second. So you can get a new image every 50th of a second versus every 60th. And that makes NTSC games run faster by having more updates. Right. If you ever look at Mario Kart SNES, they do have, I think, one shared leaderboard, but they do have to account for PAL being slower and, you know, multiply by a certain factor to make the times matching for NTSC, for example. Probably, yeah. Also, same method with the wall here. The Snake boss rush different from Raiden boss rush? Well, at Solidus you don't have a sword as Snake, so that's one start. It's relatively the same for the most part, but little aspects like not having a sword at Solidus, for example, you know, it's a problem. Yeah, I thought you missed it, but we watched the extreme difficulty boss rush with Solidus, and as Snake you don't have a sword. So you're constantly evading attacks from Solidus and then punch him. You got no sword. Yeah, you beat the shit out of him. That's basically it. Anon actually did this method here where he, you know, ran away from him despite having a elbow, which is still safer because you don't know if you get an elbow or a slash. So if you run away from it and then turn around, even better. Same as External Gazer. That's true, yeah. I have not much experience in Snake Tails, unfortunately, but yeah, you're right. I want to see that. I mean, you can see that if you go to MGS2 sub-CE. I'm going to quickly show that, like, short segment because we already watched it. You know, we just watched that. But yeah, if you go here to Metal Gear 2 Substance Category Extensions, Levels, Boss Survival, Extreme, and then Snake, you can see that here. I'm just going to quickly show a clip shortly, but not the full thing anymore, because we already watched it on stream, right? But yeah, just to quickly show that it is actually a thing. You are, as Snake, punching Solidus, because you don't have a sword, and my camera's on screen, but yeah. That's the whole thing. You evade attacks like that, and then you just punch Solidus. Yeah, it is kind of hard for sure. That's crazy, but yeah, let me go back one more time here. There, Anon. Anon from Japan. Joined 7 years ago, was last online 7 years ago. You know why? Because he already beat everything that he did. Metal Gear Solid 2 HD multi-segment, second place with 124.24. Metal Gear Solid 2 Substance Category Extensions, multi-segment, European Extreme, 157.35, 11 years ago. MGS3 multi-segment, European Extreme, Foxhound, of course, 6th place, because many people have done that actually, 12 years ago. Metal Gear Solid 2 Substance, console, European Extreme, Big Boss Rank, 241, second place. Like after more than a decade, this guy is still second place for so many of these games and categories. It's insane. If you go to level runs, which we can attribute 262 levels to him, the amount of still world records and also, you know, second, sometimes even third place, but so many trophies he still has after like decade or a little bit more, it's crazy. He still has HD version Boss Survivor Snake hard difficulty world record. In VR, he's gotten dropped down a little bit, but if I don't need to scroll on, there we go. Like a bunch of golds. 14 years ago, right in assault rifle, like almost all of them actually, one through 5, all of them still world records, 14 years old. To be fair, though, can I open the run, please? Thank you very much. I was gonna say they are tied, but actually they're not, apparently, so it's still nuts. It's still crazy. 14 years ago and still world record. After all that time. Imagine how effing good you have to be for that. It's crazy. 14 years ago. Yeah, so Anon, I have a wife and kids, I don't know him personally, but the shit that he did in the early 2000s in Metal Gear Solid 2 and also 3, as we've seen, is legendary. So if you ever want to, you know, if you want to talk about legends, Anonymity Hope, an absolute legend. We did try those VR missions. I tried some of them. I'm not a big fan of VR, as you see here. Hey, that's me. I did all the sneaking levels at least. Can I load my levels? Oh, right. I am already. This new SRDC layout where it constantly pins your stream on top is so confusing. Anyway, I mean, I have world records here for Metal Gear MSX Boss Survival. Yay. I would get Metal Gear 2 Boss Survival if they had Boss Survival. There is Boss Survival in Metal Gear 2, I know, but the speedrun leaderboards never bothered to actually set up Boss Survival, and I'm not the person who will push them to do that. I would do them. I would do Boss Survival in MG2 when they haven't, you know, made it a thing. So I got world record here in all of them, which, because of me, have been changed from IGT to RTA, because I found out in certain versions of the game, the categories weren't working. It used to be that we were using this in IGT, and then I found out a few regions and consoles were mismatching with what we assumed, and so we switched to RTA. Still though, got the world records there. Metal Gear Solid 2 Mobile, I got all the VR missions because I'm the only person who sat down on an actual physical phone. And yes, I do have the Nokia phone for that, the N95 8GB, to do all the VR missions, so 3 world records there. Can also be emulated. I got a few world records here in Tanker, Sons of Liberty right now. I have a few unposted, which I need to sit down and post, actually. Metal Gear Solid 2 Substance, console, I did beat a lot of stuff, because, as I explained, on console, many people just play the PS2 version, but actually, they should be playing the Xbox version in the NTSCU version, because it doesn't count loads, and it saves so much time. But yeah, we wanted to talk about VR, so we're going to go on to VR. So much Metal Gear here. There, that's my latest passion, Ground Zeroes. Not too bad on some regular missions, but I basically claimed all the extra missions that I wanted to, all world record, literally because they were empty. I'm like, hey, I'm going to sit down and make the runs happen. So I'm the only poster in these categories, but also world records, I guess. Yeah, there's Metal Gear Solid Mobile. All the ILs from Metal Gear Solid 1, which I only did on PC and some on PS1. I should definitely post more there, but I got lazy with MGS1. I don't know, I didn't feel like it. VR Missions 1. If you ever want to have a world record, and everyone can do this, like absolutely, go to Metal Gear Solid VR, play the PAL version, emulator is allowed, and you want to do Mystery 10. Mystery 10 on the PAL version. Why? Because it's a free world record. You literally go into the level, punch, get the door, go into the level, which I messed up. I don't know how to play VR. Because you go into the level, you sit down, you do nothing. You don't do anything. And then after a certain time, He's still alive. You faked it. Yep. After a certain time of 4, 55, 980, level ends and you win. And it's a great meme because more people should do this. Again, play the PAL version, Mystery 10, and you can do this on anyone did this on the emulator, right? But yeah, free world record. If you want to have a SRDC world record, do this. Literally nothing needs to be done. Wait, there's no one trying to set world record in ground zeros? I didn't say that. I said in ground zeros are many not posted to categories, right? So let me quickly show you that, right? If you go to ground zeros, that's the leaderboards, right? There's of course many full game runs, and there's also the levels. If you check out the levels, there's certain subcategories, and you see, for example, the extra missions. Not many people bother to do them. For example, classified intel, second tape is the extra mission. We already have a board for classified intel acquisition, and funny enough, that IL, we do get the second tape because it's faster than the regular tape. So there's for any percent, there's no reason to do second tape specifically because we basically already do that in classified intel acquisition. However, for PSNK, meaning perfect stealth no kills, second tape is different to the main mission. PSNK actually go for one tape or the other, right? And that's why this exists as its separate level. But nobody bothered to double post. And I mean, I did new runs for extra second tape and runs for regular CIA, right? But nobody posted there because, I don't know, lazy or something? I don't know. In any case, I just sit down and got free world records because nobody posted to them. Same with Deja Vu. Deja Vu, any percent, all scenes. So many empty boards. There are a few, like, for example, new game, single segment, no reflex, all scenes, where we create all 7 scenes. It's only been done by Hau5test before. And I was like, I could probably beat that. And it did. PSNK, new game, single segment, all scenes. Also be that. But multi-segment, nobody did. Any percent, multi-segment, nobody did. So I just did that one-off run and be done with it. Did you do jam review? I of course did jam review. Saturday didn't do too well. Like, I had a time of 4:29. For regular jam review, I definitely have to practice still. The game and the way they load in the guards is quite puzzling to me. But I did at least a few jam review runs. I did also play, like in my free time, not for speedrun, and I did get a little bit better with anticipating what happens in jam review. Because, I mean, the regular stuff in the beginning is totally easy to do, right? Like, it's whatever. So if you go in the level here, you always do the same thing, right?
I've sent the target's predicted field of movement to your iDroid. Eliminate the
You just go and dash off, shoot that guy in the head.
Try marking him.
And we don't care, in any percent, we of course don't care about perfect 7 no kills, so I'm gonna go quickly and just move on. We know exactly where all the people are in jam review. Shoot that one. I missed him, fortunately. I should probably do this one though, because I definitely got better at this through time. But I haven't bothered to record in time myself, actually. Now you go over here. You just shoot that guy until it's like basically down. That's fine. For PSNK, many of these you actually shoot, and then if you go multi-segment, once you get that checkpoint, reload the checkpoint, and they will be dead, but because they bleed out, it doesn't count as a kill towards the statistics. I want to see an alert to here return to ashes. I don't even know if I got an alert in this one. But I did get one, yeah. But there's like a set thing that you need to do. And the second phase of this level, that's actually where I had trouble with my times. Because at the end, of course, you have an ambush here happening. So you stand on top here and you shoot all of these people down from that position. And this is where I can definitely still save so much time. But here, a clean any percent run, an actual any percent run, would actually not get any alerts even in this mission. Just because you're fast enough to take them all out before they actually can react. But yeah, there are levels and combinations where there's no runs being posted in ground zeros. for some reason. Like ground zeros, rescue or POWs. Here's a leaderboard. And like nobody did it. It's completely empty. Both 80% in PS and K, so there's there's one run from 8 years ago, right? From Ikari, perfect stuff, no kills, new game single segment, rescue POWs. Rest is free. You can do a 30-minute run and get a world record here for free. Now, when I do that, I still wanna, do a speed run. So all the runs that I did here, for example, eliminate the renegade friend. There's an extra mission where you extract both targets, and also additionally there are 2 POWs that you have in Camp Omega that you need to save. So for eliminate the renegade friend, rescue all POWs, I actually sat down and tried a few things, and I need to check what my fastest time was. 2-3. That's not correct. Ah, damn it! I need to open the thing again. I think 3:43. That could be a fast one, right? So, I still sit down. Gotta go. Thanks for Steam. See you. I still sit down and try to make a speed run. I still want to test all things. So just because it's free, I'm not gonna post like a 2-hour run and be like done with it. I still want to do something. So that's what I did here. Eliminate the renegade threat in regular 80%. You just shoot both guys in the head. But because we have to save the 2 POWs in this extra mission, I've wasted so much time already. This can be just so much faster still, but yeah. The method is, we're gonna kill this one guard on the cliffs, because he needs to get out of our way. Then you still run all the way up and do what you do in regular 80%, which is quickly shooting these guys in the head. So you stand on this little hilltop, get this to spawn and get a marker. You're gonna aim at that marker very quickly, and now you get a headshot. So, pop. Then you gotta get rid of this guy, which is annoying. One cool man on console can make him disappear. I cannot on PC, so whatever. And the second guy is here. You have to have him spawn him by looking through the binoculars, and then ideally shoot him quickly before he despawns again, because the Fox engine is optimizing, of course, and trying to get rid of, these guys if they're too far away from you. So you have to spawn them in, and as long as they're spawned in, you try to kill them. And then once I'm done with that, Jesus Christ, I wasted a lot of time there in this mission. Then I go over to the camp and actually save the 2 POWs and, then escort. And what's cool is, because the method that I did here, there's now a car at the camp. I'm like, oh, that's great. I can actually just go and use the car to extract these POWs. And that's what my strategy was, Do renegade fight as you do in 80%, and then after that, take that car and transport these 2 prisoners to the chopper side, and then extract. The faster method, of course, to end renegade fight is to just leave through the little station, where you just run through or take the car. But because we have to save the POWs here, it's still just faster, I think, to extract them like this. Because I don't think it's worth it actually using the car to drive all the way up to this little post and that. I think it's still faster to extract through the helicopter map. But yeah. Don't you just have to shoot some green guys in general? I mean, yeah, but then, if you want to be fast, you gotta do strategy. And ideally shoot only as much as you need to. God, I just love MGS2, GZ, and TPP so much. That's great. I have not found my love for TPP yet. I've actually never finished it casually. But I feel like once I got comfortable with ground zeros here, I might actually be in order here to do a attempt on sneak in at the Phantom playing through casually first, and then of course, also gonna speed run. Also, fun fact. These guys here, they love to die. This little, let me see that again here. So this little angle, if you drop down honey here, is actually very risky. And it's way more likely, as I found out, having done 8 different versions of this run, depending on the different variables. It can also very quickly happen that the angle is too steep, the car almost flips over and comes back. But what happens if it's slightly too steep? These 2 guys, they die. And that makes the category invalid. I could technically take their bodies and extract them, but it doesn't count. You gotta get them alive out of the mission. So, if you drive your car, you want to go around the right side, which doesn't have that little, cliff. That's what I did. And yeah, because I found out, you know, doing multiple runs back to back, I actually found out like, actually that method is not even really safe. Also, if this car is too close to the landing zone, chopper also didn't come down. It's, so annoying. Was this faster than taking the other exit around the corner of the camp? Well, you gotta drive up with your car. And the only way to get, you know, both of these POWs, you know, to survive is either drive with your car all the way around or take the chopper. I haven't tried with the car, right?
He's coming too.
So, I could try to do that. Drive all the way up. The thing is, you gotta come on, go over. I want to show a little bit more. The thing is, you gotta drive from the camp all the way up here, all the way here, do a turn, which you probably gotta adjust a little bit, and then drive away. I mean, there's potential, but here's the thing: you will be under alert, guaranteed, and you have to make sure that the POWs survive. And extracting my chopper just seemed easier for me. So if you want to sit down and do this extra mission where you both take out, you know, the 2 targets and then safety POWs, I mean, just drive up there, do it. But again, you gotta make sure that both of them survive. And they happen to die really fast, I learned. So extracting by a chopper was just easier. Can be beaten. For sure it can. But yeah. I mean, eliminate the renegade threat without reflex is my favorite version of this. And I did get 3rd place here in 55 seconds. I kind of want to redo that and try for 50 flat or even sub 50. But it's a lot of fun. And there we actually leave by just walking towards the exit. Because, I mean, we don't need to save the POWs. Wasn't there an exit right around from the start point? Could be mistaken. I mean, let's watch the video and then let's make sure. Because when you start here, on the right there's no exit point. No. If you start here at the bottom, you have to use the chopper to leave. But what we do in regular 80%, where we just take out the 2 targets, you know, that's where we take through the like post station up there. So the trick is to just jump over here, and you want to be fast. There's a guy around the corner at the bottom that will turn around. But if you're just walking at the edge and then jump down here and quickly move on to this spot here, then he doesn't see you. Just go like here. And I just learned I have to kill this guy or else it doesn't work. Wait, after that, just mark them. Try to get the head somehow. It's very stupid. I had to reshot you. And then move on over, spawn the extra guy in with binoculars. Because he wouldn't be there. He will actually despawn. And I got lucky even without the marker that he still was there. And then that's where you go. That's when you leave. But this is still relatively far away from the starting point. And as I said, if you save the POWs, you ever have the choice of, you know, getting picked up from the chopper or driving the car and then driving up here. It might be faster. Maybe. But it's definitely safer using the chopper. Contact! That's right. Anyway, I actually wanted to do something completely different. Got so sidetracked. I just want to quickly look over my VR submission runs. So, there we go. Medical Store 2 VR missions. I did all the sneaking levels, but as you can see here, 15th, 19th. Like, I don't even have a podium here, and that's because I kind of don't care too much. I got 4th here, which is nice. 5th. I don't think I have a single 3rd place. Like, not really. However, I'm the only one who was able to submit a nice score, because I actually got a 1940-20. A 19-4-20 is 4th place, and I'm never going to update it again. Even if I can make a better time, a 420, I'm just going to keep that. It's a great level if you want to upgrade your movement. You know, if you wanna practice your movement, which does save a lot of time in regular MGS2 runs, you want to grind out this level. It does save a lot of time having good movement there. And hey, that's one of the rare cases where we actually beat Anonymity Hope here 11 years ago, 480, and we got it up to 442. which doesn't even look that impressive if you actually see the run here. So let's check it out quickly. That's the exit I meant, but it's risky, but MGS often rewards the brazen. I mean, come on, do it. Post your run, beat my time. Do it. It would make my day if you beat my time. But yeah, it's relative if it's really, you know, right next to the starting point. Because you gotta go up that hill. If you walk there, definitely faster. If you have to take a car up there, risky, risky, risky. And I'm not even sure if it's faster. I'm not even sure. Okay, this is the world record for this one level. It doesn't look impressive, but trust me, it is. Because it's purely based on movement. That's it. And I'm like, oh, it's crazy. How much different is it from my run? Well, what was the site again? Duo watch YouTube videos, something like that. Viewsing, right? Viewsing that. Let me quickly put these two runs next to each other. That's a different video I don't want to watch. I just want to see, like, you think like, 22 points, what's the difference? But it's kind of a big one, actually. Can it just not open like that? Take you to stop buffering. All right, so side by side, right? What's the difference of 20 points? Everyone wants to sleep because that's how it works. Hey, repeats, thanks so much for the raid. How did the runs go? And it looks like I'm doing exactly the same, but you know, Platonic Guy is still a little bit faster. Let's check the time actually. So he's a 2:25:35. I have a 2:25:16. So it's like 190 milliseconds apart, but it does make for 22 points difference. And in VR, 22 points is big. It's a big difference. Good evening. Hey, how's it going, man? Thank you so much for the raid. Well, hello, everyone. I've just been busy looking at runs for like the past hour. I should have gone to sleep way earlier, but it was so much fun to look for this. But yeah, as I said, I'm gonna keep grinding ground zeros IELTS in my off time. Jeez, let me go all the way up. It's fine. Whatever. Let's go to this scene here. Way better. I'm gonna keep grinding ground zeros IELTS in my off time until I have the full game under control, and I'm gonna probably start speedrunning ground zeros every now and then, just for fun. But yeah. Thank you everyone for watching tonight. It's a pleasure speedrunning for you and explaining also some runs. I haven't done that in ages. Sitting down, reacting to runs and explaining some of them. So I hope you like that. And yeah, I mean, what else? Yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. New stream tomorrow, and I'll be doing Metal Gear 2 Extreme again. I still want to update my PB. There's like so much time left still there. 2.5 minutes right at the end of Tango 2. So yeah, MGS2 Extreme Difficulty will be back tomorrow, and good night everyone. Thanks for watching. See you all around tomorrow, hopefully. Bye bye. See you. Tschüss.